tayo na naman mga kababayan diyan sa Pilipinas, dito sa Amerika, at sa mga iba't ibang panig ng mundo where there are Filipinos. Ito na naman ang iyong kaibigan, si Teddy Molina, host ng programang Buhay Pinoy sa Amerika, na mapapanood ninyo dito sa Rodeo TV channel through YouTube. Ako po ay nakabase sa San Francisco, California, at ang atin naman co-host, walang iba, si Mr. Dan Nino, na nakabase naman sa Los Angeles, at siya ngayon ang bagong halal, newly elected and about to be sworn in as President of the Philippine Global Media Group, PGMG. Alright, Dan, bumati ka naman.
Mga kababayan namin sa buong mundo, lalo na sa Pilipinas, nandito po uli kami para maghimay-himay ng mga iba't ibang issues na lumalagalag sa Pilipinas. Dahil kami na nandito sa Amerika, kahit nandito kami sa ibang bayan, kami pa rin ay nagmamahal sa ating mundong sinilangan o bayang sinilangan. Kami pa rin ay nag-alala dahil kami rin ay naapektuhan dahil marami pa rin kaming mga kamag-anak dyan. Kaya gusto naming himay-himayin at bigyan kayo ng kuro-kuro para kayo ay mabigyan ng aming damdamin mula sa punto ng buhay sa Amerika o buhay sa ibang panig ng daigdig. So, I hope you can click the likes so that we can continue our podcast. I yield back, Teddy.
All right, that's correct, Dan. And so we proceed with our topics today. Medyo plural na konti, mga kabayan. Dahil meron kaming tatlong headline. I hope we can tackle this in as shortest time as possible.
Right.
Our first headline that we will tackle today is Big Fish in the flood control scam caught. Nahuli. Who's next? Sino kaya ang susunod na big fish? At ang pangalawa nating headline, Chis Escudero joins the solid 11 bloc in the Senate. Will there be another senator joining? And finally, our last but not the least headline, Blue Ribbon Committee hearings sa Senado ng dalawang Senate factions. Ang isa ay ginaganap ngayon, ay pinangumunuan ni BRC Chairman Senator Pia Cayetano through a so-called subcommittee headed by the controversial Senator Marcoleta. At ang pangalawa naman na Blue Ribbon Committee hearing chaired by the newly appointed or elected chairman na si Senator Erimen Tolfo under the Senate leadership of Senator Win Gatchalian as acting Senate President, ay gaganapin naman sa Lores. So, we better watch both of them, mga kabayan. And I tell you, it could be a spectacle to witness. All right?
Yes.
We proceed now with the first topic, Dan. Alam natin na marami na rin silang sa ombudsman na napilaan ng kaso dito sa flood control scandal na ito. pero wala pang big fish. But now, finally, ang pinakahihintay ng mga kabayan natin ay merong isang nahuli, arrested in the person of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Sino kaya ang susunod kung meron pa?
To the question.
Yes. So, anong take mo dyan, pare ko?
Alam mo, Ted, ito na ang pinakahihintay ng ating mga kababayan, not only from the Philippines, but from across the globe. Dahil ang kanilang akala ay hindi natin o hindi ma-implement ng administrasyong ito ni BBM. At ang ating mga kababayan ay medyo they are losing their faith. But now, I'm glad that the executive government has finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel na meron na sa wakas ang nahuli na big fish in the person of Jinggoy Estrada. Remember, Ted, in Singapore, kaya maunlad ang Singapore dahil walang corruption sa Singapore. Before, Singapore was a third world country, but now it is a first world country at so progressive. So, yun ang hinintay ng ating mga kababayan para malutas ang ganitong corruption sa Pilipinas. Kasi kung walang corruption nga, maunlad ang bayan natin. So, ngayon, namulat ng ating gobyerno na lumalabas na ang ganito at may nahuli ng big fish. Kaya I hope hindi lang si Jinggoy Estrada ang mahuhuli o madadakip ng ating CIDG or NBI, but kung sino man ang mga akusadong mga congressmen or senators, wala sanang no, we should let all stone unturned. Ted, back to you.
Yeah, ito pala si Senator Estrada, without putting malice on his case, 3 beses na palang
Correct.
napilahan ng plunder case.
Right.
Before this, yung sa flood control scam, I think in the amount of 573 million pesos. And then, yun naman, previous to that, yung famous or infamous Napoles scam.
Scandal. Okay, scam.
Involving the pork barrel pan of
Yeah.
lawmakers. He was indicted for in the amount of 183 million. Iyon ang pagkaalala ko. From his so-called PDAF, or pork barrel fund. But of course, to set the record straight, nakulong siya noon, pero nag-appeal siya, and we do not know what happened that after several years, biglang ginanantan yung appeal niya after his conviction. Na-convict siya, tapos nag-appeal. So, ginanantan yung appeal niya, so he went scot-free. I don't know this time kung makalusot siya dito. And yung naunang plunder case niya ay tungkol naman sa so-called Hueteng Payula. I-remember yung expose noon ni former Ilocos Sur Governor Lois Chavit Singson about the Hueteng Payula involving malaki rin pera yata yun eh.
Involved si Jinggoy yan o kanyang father yata, di ba?
Yeah, both for Jinggoy and
father.
his father.
Okay.
The former President Joseph Erap Estrada.
All right.
But as I said, both cases were dismissed. Kaya abangan naman natin itong pangatlo, kung finally makukonvict siya at kung mag-appeal man ay hindi magagarantan yung appeal niya. Pero it's up sa atin mga kababayan, let's be vigilant para, yung hostisya ay
Yes, sir.
hanggang umaandar.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay, Dan, ikaw naman. Anong take mo dyan?
Alam mo, Ted, may maraming nagsasabi na parang hindi na natuto si Jinggoy.
Yeah.
Pangatlo na ito, parang Ted, hindi pa siya natuto. Bakit ganun ba siya kagarapal? I'm sorry to say that word, but parang may garapalan na dito. Kaya I'm not surprised kung dinakip na siya at nakakulong sa New Quezon City Jail. Makikita sila uh, ni Senator
Rebilla.
Revilla from Cavite. So, ganyan ang hinintay ng ating taong bayan, Ted, dahil hanggat mayroong korupsyon, hindi sila matatauhan, hindi sila magbabago. Kaya it's about time really, because the public is watching. We cannot just ignore the public. Kaya that's what they get for this corruption. There's a wanton corruption. Not only Revilla and Estrada, but the officials of our government, like Bonoan, like the officials of Department of Highways and Public Works. So, napapanahon na, Ted, na lahat ng mga involved ay makakasuhan at makukulong. Yun ang kailangan natin dahil enough is enough.
Alam mo, kailangan ng political will dyan, pare.
Correct.
In the part of government lalo na.
Right.
Most especially on the part of the ombudsman.
Correct.
Because they have to prove their case.
Yeah.
And in
Sorry,
proving their case,
Ombudsman, Ted, but DICG, the Department of Investigation, and CIDG.
CIDG. Oh, okay.
CIDG.
Yeah.
Lahat ng
And then, yeah,
ng gobyerno.
all agencies involved sa investigation.
Yes. Sa ombudsman, lahat.
And also the Sandigan Bayan.
Of course, Sandigan Bayan.
They will be the final, they will render the judgment on these cases.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so kailangan din bantayan ng taong bayan yan.
Of course,
Pero alam mo, ang nangyayari, I hope it will not happen again.
I hope we
ang
learn
nangyayari
lessons.
kung minsan dito sa mga cases na kagaya nito, na mga big time cases, matagal ang dispensation of justice so-called. Daming mga delaying tactics.
Correct.
You call it delaying tactics on the part of the defendant. Hindi lang yun. Mukhang pinapatulog yung kaso until public attention will die down. Pagkatapos, when the public tends to forget the whole thing, saka lalabas yung dismissal. Or kung na-convict, saka lalabas yung pagka-grant sa appeal niya para mawala yung kanyang conviction. Just, we know that. Maraming nangyayaring ganyan in the past. Like in the case nga of Senator Jinggoy, di ba? 2 plunder case na nawalan ng na-reverse yung judgment. Di ba? Of conviction. So, kaya, kailangan din bantayan ng taong bayan yan. Kailangan let us not forget the whole thing. Tutukan natin yan.
Of course. Pero Ted, alam mo, hindi natutulog ang ating mga kababayan dahil meron na ngayong proactive na civil society. Remember, palaging merong nagpupunta sa labas ng Senado, katulad ni Mr. Aquino D.
Yes, yung
They are always there, guarding.
apo ni President Korea, di ba?
Yeah. Kaya namulot na yung ating mga kababayan, Ted. Namulot na hindi na nila walang bahala ang nangyayari sa ating inang bayan dahil enough is enough. Hindi na they won't ignore it anymore because the future children, the future generation of the Filipino people is at stake.
Kaya nga, paano magbabago ang ating bansa?
Wala.
Makonvict naman yung nakasuhan ng ah, corruption or
Yeah.
corruption case, for instance. Lalo na yung malalaking involving big amounts.
Yeah.
Afterwards, after a while, matulog muna yung kaso.
Yeah.
And then, after several years, lalabas yung decision sa appeal ng akusado.
Yeah.
Setting aside his conviction.
Correct.
So, what kind of justice is that, di ba?
Yeah.
So, I hope it will not happen again.
I hope so too.
Yeah, kung walang mga technicality dapat sa batas.
Yeah.
If it has been proven, and then na-convict yung tao, pagkatapos pagdating sa appeal, merong technical issue na i-raise ng abogado ng kabila, pagbibigyan ng korte, set aside ang conviction.
That's delaying tactics.
Hindi ba?
Yeah.
So, I don't know kung justice is really served. So, dahil ganyan, it looks like pwedeng mabili ang hustisya sa Pilipinas, di ba?
I know.
Oh.
But let's segue now.
Yeah.
With what's happening.
Teka muna, before that pare.
Okay.
Hulaan mo kung meron bang susunod na big fish? Sa tingin mo?
Masusunod na
big fish na mahuli after Jingle.
Because it's already started by the various branches of the government. Mayroon pa. This is not the first time, but marami pa. I'm sure of that. Dahil gumagalaw ng ombudsman, gumagalaw na ang Department of Justice, gumagalaw ng NBI, gumagalaw ng civil society, gumagalaw na ang lower house, at gumagalaw na rin ang upper house.
All right. Do you have any names in mind?
Nandiyan si Joel Villanueva. Nandiyan si Marcoleta. Nandiyan si Robin Hood Padilla. Nandiyan pati si Mark Villar, na former Secretary of Department of Highways, Department of Public Works. Mga dispalinghado, I'm not forgive my term, but mga dispalinghado, mga may sabit. Oh my goodness.
How about the two former leaders of the two houses of Congress? Hindi mo na may mention, ha?
Sino yun? Refresh my mind, Ted.
Yung dating speaker at dating Senate President.
Yun din, si Martin Romualdez. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you reminded me. Kaya this is the start of cleansing.
Yeah.
Yun ang aking tawag. Cleansing corrupt government officials. Dahil simula na ngayon, lalo si Bonoan, mga Diskaya, mga iba't ibang public officials. Martin Romualdez is also a big fish, Ted. I will not mince my word. I will not telegraph my punches.
And yung dating Senate President?
Si Escudero.
Yeah.
Eventually, ang akala ni Escudero,
is being investigated din, di ba?
Yes. ang akala ni Ted Escudero, dahil lumipat siya sa
Bagong
majority
majority.
sa
Bagong majority
solid
block.
11th
Solid 11.
senators, I believe that yung kanyang kaso hindi pa rin safe, or hindi, is not enough that he join the majority, because corrupt officials is a corrupt official. So, pero ang narinig ko, Ted, walang kapalit.
Yeah.
Ang kahit na lumipat siya, there's no how do I call this, quid pro quo.
Yeah. Ayan ang sabi niya. At sinabi din niya sa official statement niya, pag, maganda yung pangatlong araw na nag-aabang yung minority block, yung Unit 11,
Yeah,
na ma-increase yung number nila para they can start the session in the absence of SP Cayetano.
kahit ano.
Dahil instead na mag-appear siya sa Senado, kaya siya kinakantyawan ng kapwa senadors niya, doon siya sa Facebook page niya nag-appear at akala ko tuloy doon siya nagse-session. Samantalang naghihintay mga kasama niya ng 3 araw doon sa Senado, di ba?
Yeah,
And
he just
then
popped
on
up,
on the third day,
he appeared.
he's supposed to be the Sine break ng session ng Congress before they go in a 1 month vacation, di ba?
Yeah.
Last day sana yung kahapon. At finally, mysteriously from nowhere, nag-appear si Senator Jesus Escudero, di ba?
Right.
And that's the reason why nadagdagan ng isa yung labing isa, naging
Dalawa.
12 na sila. And then they studied naman legal precedents na ang 12 pala pwedeng quorum,
Yeah.
pwedeng mag-establish ng quorum sa Senado so they can start holding a session. And that exactly happened with the addition of Senator Jesus Escudero. So nagkaroon sila ng session, and during that session, they installed Senator Win Gatchalian as the Senate pro tem,
Yeah.
or number 2 in the hierarchy of officials in the Senate, next to the Senate President. And they declared the office of the Senate President vacant. All the Senate positions.
Right.
And so with him presiding, dahil wala naman si Alan Peter, nasa Facebook nga, doon siya nagsesession eh. So they were able to constitute themselves into a quorum, citing legal precedents in the so-called Cuenco versus Abelino case sa Supreme Court. And that was long time ago. So there's a legal precedent. You know,
Right.
kung merong legal precedent, kahit magsampa si Senate President Cayetano ng kaso to invalidate the session ng minority block that became solid 12. So, hindi sa tingin ko, hindi magpro-prosper yung kaso ni Papa ni Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pero
Tingin mo?
this is my take, Ted. My take is, since there are 2 senators who are, I say,
Inaccessible.
inaccessible. They don't know where Bato de la Rosa is located. Jinggoy Estrada is now detained. So there are 22 senators. So if you go by arithmetic or mathematics,
On half of that, +1.
+1. So that's why,
12.
so wala sila. So ang majority is 12.5. Now, that because 12.5, so kaya ginawa si Sherwin Gatchalian na interim or uh, as Senate President pro tempore. Temporary lang. Dahil hindi nila natin yung 13. Kaya, but it will constitute a quorum dahil nga 12-12. Wala yung isa pa para maging
You
full
mean 12,
na
12
Senate
lang.
President si Gatchalian. But kaya ngayon, Senate President pro tem. Kaya he is a presiding officer dahil he cannot be declared as a Senate President but Senate President pro tem.
Oh, yung base number mo ay 22, di ba?
22, yeah.
Kung ang base number mo ay 22,
Yeah.
divide by 2 equals 11. Plus 1 equals 12.
Yeah.
So, 12 sila.
Correct, yeah.
A majority already of 22 senators, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi yung dalawa, inaccessible si
Accessible.
Bato because he's on hiding.
Right.
Pangalawa naman, he's in jail. Kailangan ang physical presence niya.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, I think that's the mathematics of it na sinundan ng solid 12. So that
Correct,
we're
yes.
able to do business, conduct business.
Right.
Now, matigas ang ulo ni Alan Peter. Paano? Ngayon, itinuloy niya yung pineschedule niyang Senate Blue Ribbon hearing kanina o ngayon still ongoing. The problem is meron ng new chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado in the person of Senator Erwin Tolpo, and the schedule of hearing has been set
Monday.
to next Monday.
Monday.
This Monday, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ang gandang panoorin ito. Itong isa, nangyayari ngayon, ang problema, sa pansin ko, walang nag-interpolate sa super. Ewan ko kung meron mag-interpolate mamaya. Puro pabor sa witnesses. Walang nag-cross-examine. Yung nandun, kasi ang nandun, si Alan Peter, yung kapatid niya earlier nakita ko, na chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, at of course si Marcoleta. Ay hinahayaan nilang nagsasalaysay yung mga Marines tungkol sa mga testimony nila. But nobody is trying to rebut them or ask or cross-examine them. So, what kind of hearing is this? This is a kangaroo hearing. Di ba? So, yan ang aking opinion, mga kaibigan. So, let's wait naman sa mangyayaring Blue Ribbon Committee hearing sa Monday.
Yeah.
How to conduct their hearing, especially during the presentation of the invited resource person, so-called. Di ba?
Yeah. But Ted, yung ginawa ni Cayetano holding Blue Ribbon hearing, that won't hold water because it is not recognized by even the president. It's not recognized by the public. It's not recognized by the luminaries, the legal minds of the Philippines. So that will not hold the water, Ted, because it was already scheduled on Monday. So this is like, as you said, it's a kangaroo court.
Ang tingin ko din, dahil the new leadership of the Senate announced na kung mag-conduct sila ng hearing today, yung Cayetano group, ay they can do so, pero walang stop support.
Yeah.
Ibig sabihin,
Support.
wala yung mga magte-take notes, magre-record ng proceedings. So, anong magiging epekto nito? Ayan ang kanilang sinasabi. But, ito ang palagay ko. Alam ni Alan Peter Cayetano yan, si Senator Cayetano, na walang magiging effect siguro. But, ang kanilang pinuntirya ngayon, sa tingin ko, ay ang general public na manonood.
Yeah.
Kasi, ay live eh.
Yeah.
At it was duly covered by mainstream media din. So, alam nila na maaring hindi valid ng kanilang hearing, but the purpose, they shall be achieving their purpose, which is mapanood ng publiko yung kanilang testigo na 11.
Okay,
The
Ted,
problem
you know,
is, as
Ted,
I said, walang nagko-contradict o nag-counter cross-examination sa kanila. So how would you know if they're telling the truth, di ba?
kaya
Ay,
sabi ko,
ang daling magsalita.
Ted,
But,
that's
you
an
cannot,
exercise in futility. That's an
ah,
exercise in futility.
exactly,
If
but they shall have achieved the purpose, yung Cayetano Black.
yeah,
Kasi mapanood ng taong bayan yan.
correct.
And they will be hopeful na yung mga, well,
Civil society.
ang target nila siguro yung masa.
Oh,
Madaling, makapaniwala sa mga mapapanood nila na kahit na walang cross-examination. Diba?
pero alam mo, Ted, ang final arbitration body there, Ted, palagay ko is if pupumilit sila ang Supreme Court.
Exactly, I know.
Yeah.
I know
The
na
Supreme
baka
Court,
maging ma-invalidate yun, yung hearing na
yeah,
yun. Kasi na-disregard na yun ng new majority, di ba?
correct. But meron, we can segue again, Ted, because ang isang nating burning issues of the day is kung matutuloy ba ang impeachment ni VP Sara.
O, yung
Because
impeachment.
that's also one of the biggest issues in the Philippines now. Dahil hindi pa nila natatakol yung Ted. Baka,
Sa tingin ko, dahil naka-schedule na yan sa, is it first week of July?
yeah. So
First week
if
of
they
July?
will renege on their duties, Ted, that will create another problem or issues or havoc.
Matutuloy yan dahil naka-schedule na. But the problem that we must guard against, sino will the leadership change again? I mean, now it's in the hands of the solid 12 now. Solid 12 na ang
Yeah.
tawag yan. Will the Cayetano Black be
Yeah.
able to wrestle back to power before
Oh,
the impeachment hearing? Ayan ang malaking bagay dito dahil, it depends who will be holding the Senate leadership sa, sa
correct.
magdadirect ng flow ng impeachment trial.
But alam mo,
Alam
yeah,
natin na ang grupo ni Cayetano,
but
ni SP Cayetano,
the
ay pabor kay Sara Duterte, Vice
yeah,
President Duterte, di ba? So,
but alam mo, Ted,
kung makabalik yan, yan ang dapat
batayan.
bantayan natin. Kung makabalik yan, at he will wrestle back leadership, the leadership of the Senate, delikado. Kung maging minority ulit yung solid 12, delikado at siguradong apektado yung impeachment trial. So, ngayon, pare ko, meron akong hypothetical question sa iyo
Okay.
na baka mangyari. Paano kung ma-wrestle back at babalik si Alan Peter Cayetano, ang grupo niya, ang babalik na majority? Ano sa tingin mo ang magiging epekto nito sa impeachment trial ni VP Sara?
Matutuloy pa rin yung impeachment trial ni VP Sara, Ted, kasi it's mandated by the Constitution. There should be a trial, not actual or not a dismissal, because that's the mandate of the Constitution. Either they should convene as a trial court, and then it's either VP Sara will be convicted
Or not?
or dismissed, either convicted or dismissed. But
Yung
I
kaso,
hope that the senators will abide by the evidence and testimonies of the people who are who can show the evidence and their testimonies.
Oo nga, pero ang problema diyan na maraming nakakikita ay kung babalik ang grupo ni Alan Peter Cayetano na maging babalik na majority ng Senado, they will control the proceedings, di ba? Ng impeachment trial. What kung sila ang babalik na majority at they will refuse a motion
To convict.
to subpoena yung mga witnesses na nag-appear sa lower house during their impeachment hearing deliberations, di ba? Like yung mga bank officials, bank executives, at saka yung mga official ng AMLAC. Ano mangyayari sa kaso kung yung ebidensya ay hindi may labas dahil the witnesses are not allowed to testify?
No. But I'm still
That's the problem because kailangan mag-motion ang prosecution to invite or subpoena these witnesses. And kung i-shoot down ng grupo ni Cayetano yan, yung motion na yan, yan ang problema.
pero alam mo, Ted, walang magagawa si Peter Cayetano dahil ang mga tao ay nakamasid. He cannot try to circumvent the mandate or the law or the impeachment proceedings. Dahil kung gagawin niya na trying to circumvent the public opinion and the civil society are on guard. Siyang malintikan, remember nung gustong buksan yung box o yung envelope nung panahon ni Erap Estrada,
Yeah.
ano nangyari doon? So, nag-resign ang mga senators headed by
Nag-walkout.
Pimentel.
Hmm.
So,
Nag-walkout sila.
nag-walkout sila hanggang sa nag-resign si Erap Estrada.
Dahil nag-trigger ang
People power to people, it's a DOS. So baka yan ang aking na-feel ngayon, Ted, kung they try to circumvent or they try to manipulate.
Yeah.
Ganun mangyayari.
So, mag-walk out din ng mga prosecutors and then mauulit yung senaryong nangyari kay Erap, di ba?
Correct.
That's your
Analysis.
analysis of the situation. Pag
Yes.
yung senaryo ngayon. And then, what's next? What's next for VP Sara to do?
Then it's either she will resign or it's either she'll be convicted, because there are two things, Ted. It's either conviction or acquittal. But I
as I
hope
said, kung mangyayari yung senaryong babalik si Alan Peter at ang grupo niya bilang new majority,
but
and they will refuse to subpoena the witnesses. So
I
how
don't
can
think,
how can the prosecution prove its case? Di ba? So eventually, ang mangyayari yan, for lack of evidence, corroborating evidence, documentary lang ang ipapakita nila. What about the witnesses themselves?
no, they cannot, because Ted, nakahanda ng mga witnesses according to the lower house, the committee on
I
impeachment.
know. But kaya nga, kung mag-stonewall si Cayetano nga
Ay,
he will refuse the issuing a subpoena to invite them. And that scenario is not far-fetched. We know na through thick and thin, pro Duterte yan.
I know.
And I presume yung kanyang majority.
Yeah. But Ted, the public opinion will
Exactly.
prevail.
Now, kung mag-walk out ng mga ma-repeat performance yung nangyari kay Erap nung araw dahil nga the second envelope was not allowed to be opened, nag-walk out yung mga senators at prosecutors. And that triggered people power, and which led to the Erap's resignation as president.
Yeah. But
So, na-achieve yung gusto ng taong bayan na matanggal siya. But he was not convicted, okay? Kung ganyan din ang mangyayari kay Vice President Sara, magre-resign din siya, mawawala siya sa pwesto, pero he can still run, she can still run in 2028. Di ba?
but Ted,
Can still run
gising
dahil
na ang bayan.
hindi siya na-convict.
Gising na bayan, kaya hindi siya makonvict, pero ano naman ang mukha niya? Ang kapal naman ang mukha niya siguro.
Alam mo, kung nananalo ka sa survey, kung ma-maintain niya yung survey niya, tatakbo yan.
Ay,
Ang rating
kung,
niya sa survey. Yan ang problema eh. Kaya
oh,
dapat mamulat ang taong bayan.
correct.
Pero paano sila mamulat kung hindi naman wala namang testigo na pwedeng ma-invite na hindi pwedeng mag-appear ang mga testigo sa impeachment trial niya.
Pero
So,
alam mo Ted, gising ng bayan, tingnan mo si Madriaga with the threat
I hope
that he received. I
pero
don't think
remember na
he
during the last election nanalo pa rin si Jinggoy
sino si
Estrada,
ay
diba?
pero
He was
alam mo,
the
gising ng
number
bayan palagay ko, Ted.
the last in the winning column.
I don't want to think that ang mga election ngayon o mga mga voters ngayon, Ted, ay bobo. Hindi na. I think they are already namulat na sila. They already know because of the media, saturation of the media. I think
I hope so,
will
pare.
burst.
I hope so, pare. Pero matagal nang pinag-uusapan yung alleged anomalies ni BP Sara, pero bakit mataas pa rin ang rating niya? Hindi ko maintindihan to. So, namulat na kaya ang taong bayan? Dapat yan i-discuss natin sa susunod nating topic.
Correct. Kasi kung hindi pa sila mamumulat,
as of the latest survey,
uh-huh,
na mataas pa rin ang rating ni BP Sara, it looks like hindi pa namulat ang taong bayan, pare. Just as you are expecting.
I hope we are wrong.
Otherwise, pag hindi pa rin mamumulat sa 2028, wala nang pag-asa ang Pilipinas.
Wala na. Wala nang pag-asa. Talagang we're going to the dogs.
I hate to see that
scenario.
To say the word, pero walang mangyayaring actual impeachment trial dahil walang testigo eh. So we will never find out the truth, di ba?
But I keep faith.
They should allow the witnesses, whoever leads the Senate, to testify. And they can always cross-examine the witnesses.
Correct.
Dapat hindi sila afraid. Matakot.
Correct.
Yung mga grupo ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano at saka si Alan Peter mismo. Senator Alan Peter. Ang galing niya magsalita eh. Hindi ba niya kayang i-confront yung mga witnesses? So huwag kang matakot. Huwag kang matakot, Senator Cayetano, kung you just invite them kung ikaw ang leader ng
of course.
Na leader ng Senado. That's a challenge to you.
Yes.
Dapat may challenge natin.
Yes, of course.
Na invite sila kasi that's the fear of the pro-impeachment trial people, lalo na yung mga prosecutors from the House.
Baka they have strong evidence.
Hindi allow ni Senator Cayetano masubpina itong mga witnesses, lalo na yung bank executives at saka AMLAC officials. So how can we ever find out the truth kung hindi mo yalaw na mag-testify yung mga yon? Hindi ba?
Pero ang
the case will be dismissed.
Hindi na natatakot, gising ng taong bayan.
I hope so.
Menos ang mga evidence at saka nakanda ng lower house, yung mga committee of 11, nakahanda na sila kahit anong mangyari. They are ready to face the Senate trial, Ted, unless na babalik si Peter Cayetano, they are ready.
Right, pare, I think natakal na natin lahat yung topic natin na sa umpisa ng programa natin sa episode na ito ng ating podcast. Tatlo naman yung headline natin. Big fish in the flood control scam. Caught. Who is next? Pangalawa, Senator Cheese joins Solid 11 block. Will there be another senator joining? Natakal din natin yan. At ang pangatlo, na natakal din natin, na headline, Blue Ribbon hearings ng dalawang Senate factions. What a spectacle to witness. Ginagawa na ngayon.
Ginagawa na
Yung
ngayon.
mga faction ni Senator Cayetano. At ang new leadership ng Senado under Senator Gatchalian ay sa Lunes naman.
Sa Lunes.
Abangan natin yun, mga kababayan.
And ang pangkulyan, ang aking sagot dyan, Ted, let the Filipino people decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pero before we part, Dan, let me give a little trivia about pinanggit natin ang Cuenco versus Abelino case.
Okay, yeah.
Decided ng Supreme Court.
Right.
That was late 1949.
49.
Yeah, 49, when Senator Abelino, Jose Abelino, by the way,
Yes.
was the president of the Senate. And his challenger was Mariano Cuenco
Mariano Cuenco.
of Cebu. And nag-walk out. There was a similar walkout na nangyari. Pero naiwan yung a number, and I'm not sure about the number, but enough to constitute a quorum. So, nag-walk out yata yung Abelino faction. Pero mga naiwan ay they can constitute a quorum. So, itinuloy na yung quorum. And they proceeded to unseat Abelino. Diba?
Yeah.
Ang trivia ko dyan, maalala ko, nung nasa high school pa lang ako, meron siyang famous, if not infamous remark na sinabi. And which is openly repeated now, pero hindi natin alam kung saan galing yon. Pero ang pinanggalingan niyan, and the remark is, what are we in power for?
Power for.
What are we in power for? Bigat yun. And now, it came from Senator Abelino.
Right.
And the context of that, meron yata silang Liberal Party meeting of which he was a high official of the party, baka presidente yata siya noon ng LP. And the president of the Philippines was LP Juquerino, if I'm not mistaken, in 1949. And,
right.
The meeting was held in Malacanang. And I think the president of the Philippines ordered on investigation sa mga Liberal Party members. Allegedly, they were involved in corruption and other abuses. Medyo inobject yata ni Senator Abelino yun. At doon niya nilabas yung remark na yun. What are we in power for?
Yeah.
So, alam mo, Dad, kasi ito yung complete statement niya as quoted by a writer covering Malacanang nung araw by the name of Celso Cabrera. Do you still remember that name? Celso Cabrera?
Yes.
I think he was a columnist of the Manila Times.
Yes.
Meron siyang popular column, Deadline Malacanang. Kasi he was covering the Malacanang beat. Ito ang sinabi niya. Why did you have to order an investigation, Honorable Mr. President? If you cannot permit abuses, you must at least tolerate them. What are we in power for?
Yeah,
Why should we pretend to be saints
right.
when in reality we are not?
Oh, yeah. Nabasa ko rin yan.
We are not angels. When we die, we will all go to hell. It is better to be in hell, because in that place, there are no investigations, no Secretary of Justice, no Secretary of the Interior who go after us. Itong dalawang department yata nag-imbestiga sa mga co-party members nila sa Liberal Party. Secretary of Justice at Secretary of the Interior. Parang yung DILG natin.
Yeah,
Upon orders of the President. So,
Yeah.
in-object niya yung investigation na yun as ordered by the President. Yan ang trivia na iwan
Yeah.
sa inyo, mga kaibigan.
nabasa ko rin yan kanina.
Yeah. I hope na hindi mangyayari ngayon yan sa
Correct.
present situation. Okay.
Okay.
Lalo na,
Papalang title.
lalo na under the leadership of President BBM na siyang nag-order sa investigation na ito.
Right, yeah.
Ang isang akusado, hindi lang party member niya.
Pinsan.
Pinsan. So, as they say, abangan ang susunod na kabanata.
Correct.
Paalam na tayo pare.
Kasi, mga kababayan sa Pilipinas at sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo, kami uli ay nagpapaalam para sa susunod uli at kami ay hindi hinto sa aming paghimay-himay sa mga iba't ibang issues ng ating mahal na bayang Pilipinas. Kaya sana panoorin ninyo uli kami sa susunod nating kabanata, sa susunod nating programa. Kaya sana hindi kayo magsasama. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat.
Alright, mga kaibigan, magpapaalam na rin kami ako in behalf sa programa nating Buhay Pinoy sa Amerika
America.
dito sa Orodeo
Ayun.
TV channel.
Yan.
Please keep watching and please subscribe. Yung hindi pa nakasubscribe, share and like. Thank you so much.